Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sevr Sevn, and today we are taking a look at the mini Acorn and the Vosted Raccoon Cub. Uh, Neither of these knives are mine. They came from the Lefty Pass Around group, and they will be going back to the Lefty Pass Around group right after this review. Now, I decided to do these two knives in the same video because they're both between 5 and 6 inches long. They're both of them are between 2 and 3 ounces in weight. They share a lot of the same material, actually all of the same materials, and even how they are going to be used on a day-to-day basis is going to be relatively the same, right? So instead of doing two separate videos where I essentially say the same thing, I figured I'd just pair them together. They're very similar in size, and they're both Vosteds. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, as far as the specs go, we already talked about the size and the weight. HRC, according to the website, is 60 to 62, and these are both rocking 14C 28N, which is, it's like a budget super steel, and that's because 14C has 8 out of 10 ease of sharpening, 9 out of 10 toughness, and 8.5 out of 10 corrosion resistance. It does have a 3 out of 10 edge retention, but because it's so easy to sharpen back up, whenever your blade goes dull, you can just hit it with a strop and get right back to a hair splitting edge. So I don't really count the lack of edge retention against it. Because like if you're out in the woods or camping or something like that, you just have a strap on you. You want something that's going to be easy to sharpen, right? Because if you have something that's hard to sharpen, you don't want to carry your work pro out into the field with you. You know what I'm saying? Both of these are G10. I will say there's a difference in the G10 though. If you look at the mini Racoon, you've got more of this basic flat G10. And if you take a look at the mini Acorn, you've got this very nice contoured, I don't know why I said it so harsh, contoured G10, where it's like, the flats are knocked down, very ergonomic in build, very nice. Both of these are made in China. And to hit a quick size comparison, we're going to bust out another Vosted, the Parallel. And we're going to bust out the CJRB Acacia. As you can see, the Parallel dwarfs both of them, and the CJRB dwarfs the Acacia. Or sorry, it dwarfs the Parallel. So these two knives in particular, they are not very big. This one features a moderately deep carry clip, dare I say medium carry, and then the mini Racoon, or the Raccoon Cub rather, does have a very nice deep carry clip. So this one will basically disappear in the pocket. This one, you're still going to have a little bit, you'll have about that much showing. Both of these are riding on bearings. Talking about the lock bar access, this one's got a little bit of teeth. Makes it easy to catch and pull and close. Short travel distance, nothing difficult at all. On the mini Acorn, you still have those teeth. Not very far to travel. There is more tension on this lock bar though, so it's going to feel a little more difficult to disengage, but not by much. I would say that the Raccoon Cub does take the win there. Now, as far as the action goes, while these do have a lot of similarities, I will say the action is somewhere that they differ quite a bit. So if we start with the mini Acorn, nice reverse flick, thumb flick, and a top flipper. This one has a stronger detent and it requires more force, to get it deployed. I wouldn't say more force than, any other normal knife that you would, fidget with, but this requires the force of like a full size knife, right? So this fidget's like something, I would say, well, I don't have any full size knives over here, but you get it. Like this is going to be no different than like if you were fidgeting with an artisan cutlery or a Wii. So it's strong detent, and action is satisfying. Now, as far as the Racoon Cub, this one is going to be kind of a fidget monster because you can easily flick it out any direction you want to. And despite its small size, I mean, I've got, large glove size hands. I can still get in here and fidget it pretty much however I want to. Yeah, see, we even have the upside down reverse flick, and that was pretty effortless. So if your goal is fidgetability, I would say Racoon Cub is going to be your best bet. Now let's check the acoustics. I'm going to go ahead and flip this one silently. That way you can hear the acoustics and decide if they're right for you. All right. Same thing here. For me personally, I prefer the action and the acoustics of the Racoon Cub. It has better acoustics on the close than the Mini Acorn does, and it's more easily flickable, right? Because you don't really have to think about it. You don't really have to think about this one either, but this doesn't give me the experience of a small fidgety knife. This just gives me the experience of a full-size fidgety knife in a smaller package. And for some people, that's going to be perfect. And I mean, not to say the action on this is bad. The action on this is absolutely fantastic. It's very crisp, comes out with authority. It's easy to fidget in all directions. I can still get the reverse upside down front flipper. All right, so you really can't go wrong with either of these knives. Feel in hand, and I know we're, jumping all over the place here, but feel in hand, you get a full 4-finger grip because of this generous finger choil. It's very comfortable, no hot spots. So despite it being a smaller knife, right at 6 inches, you still get every bit of the advantage of having a full 4-finger comfortable grip. Not only that, but they have functional jimping up here. So you can really bear into it and get tons of control. The other thing too is, while the jimping stops up here, you can pinch grip it. That way, any draw cuts you need to do, anything more precise, precision work you have to do, you're going to be able to pretty easily with this blade. Now, the one that surprised me more is going to be the Racoon Cub. It does offer a generous choil, but the fact that I can still get a 4-finger grip on a knife this small is crazy to me. Now, they have a little bit of jimping right here, but this is more decorative. And then they do have a little bit of jimping up here. Also, it's also decorative. I mean, it's more for indexing than anything else. So like I can pinch grip it and I'm going to roll right over this jimping. It's not doing anything for me. It does kind of let me know where I'm at, but I mean, if they didn't have it on there, I wouldn't lose functionality and I wouldn't even really notice. But you do get that same control and that same pinch grip ability for all day use. Now the cost on the Racoon, I want to say is about $49.99, and the cost for the Acorn, I think I've got it right here. Forgive me. Let me just double check. Okay, so the Acorn is $49.99. Yeah, okay. So they're both coming in at $49.99. That's directly off the Vosteed website. I don't have any discount codes yet, but you know, if you go to Lefty EDC, if you go to Rob's Nerdy Knives, Stasa23, if there are discount codes available for these knives, they're gonna have them. So maybe you can score 10% off. If not, you can go to White Mountain Knives and get 10% off there. Yeah, maybe it takes $5 off, but you know, $5, right? Now, are these knives recommendable? Absolutely. I mean, yeah, these are both highly recommendable knives. They're going to fit for any situation, any person. I mean, obviously, you're not going to hard use these knives, you know, so like you're not going to use them on a construction site for anything that's like heavy duty. But anyone that buys these knives is gonna know that, right? But for your day-to-day use, cutting boxes, cutting paper, you know, even, you know, if you're cutting your steak with it, um, especially with it being 14C28N, and having that high corrosion resistance, yeah, nobody could really go wrong with these. I mean, I could recommend this to my dad just as much as my mom, just as much, you know, to my brother who does physical labor. They're small, pocketable, fidgety, with good build quality and good materials. I would say fidgetability is going to go to the Racoon Cub, but I will say ergonomics and comfort is going to go to the Mini Acorn just because of those contoured G10 scales. Can't see the difference where these are just flat. Now, both of these knives will be linked in the description. They are not affiliate links. And beyond that, please follow me on Instagram at Sevr Sevn, SEVR SEVN. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe for more content like this. That's all we have today. I appreciate you very much and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.